Hey out there. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is James Caldwell, and this is part of my series. I'm just saying, we're covering Married to Medicine, Season 2. This is Episode 9. Now, we got a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on with these people over here at Married to Medicine. It seems to be getting messier as the weeks go on. We start right in with Dr. Heavenly and her daughter, who this little girl always delivers. The little girl's a mess. She even told her mother that the headdress that she wanted to put on was cheap. They're actually going to a party over at least in Nicole's house for her daughter. She wanted to give a princess party. So she wanted to get dressed. The little girl was fussing about the dress. She didn't want to wear the dresses that she had and told Dr. Heavenly that the headpiece that she was going to wear was absolutely cheap. And she just didn't want to go. Child said she's just, the little girl was just too much. But anyway, move on. We went to Jackie and Simone were having a conversation, and it was basically talking about the fact that everybody is the fuck over Mariah. Like, everybody's just over it. She's just ridiculous, and everybody's basically had enough of her and her bullshit, you know? Then we move on. We got Rico. That damn Rico. He's ridiculous. He's actually speaking with Quad, and they're kind of talking about what had happened at that fashion show and all that. That fool that stopped and called Miss Lucy Harriet Tubman. I said, you know what? That's a damn shame. But Quad did tell him, that she was kind of disappointed that he went the way that he went, and that maybe if she'd have been standing there with him, that he wouldn't have gone in the way he went in with Mariah. It was an ugly scene. I don't know, because I figured that I thought Quad knew what was going to go on, and she wouldn't change clothes anyway. But whatever, it was just messy, and I thought I'm not gonna go back into it. That's on some of my former videos. That whole situation with Rico and Mariah, that's just a mess. That's messy, and that's messy. It was messy. We go to Toya's house. Same thing. She's getting her kids all ready about going to the party. Of course, she has boys. So her boys, of course, they were excited to play dress up and have their little swords and all that stuff. And what I did catch when we was over at Toya's house, one of them goddamn kids, when they were leaving her house, said, I pooped. You know what, Toya? We've been calling you tacky, Toya. You are tacky. If the baby is actually running around telling you that he pooped, that child has no reason to be pooping on herself. And you talk about, let's go change this pamper. Bitch, you should have been already done buying pampers. Because anybody old enough to tell me that they pooped ain't got no motherfucking business pooping on their goddamn self. You ain't doing shit all day. You ain't doing a motherfucking thing all day, but trying to buy furniture for a house that you don't have. Bitch, you better get that baby potty trained. And that's why your goddamn name was Tacky Toya. I pooped. Yeah, right, honey. Yeah, okay. I'd have informed him too. I pooped. Yeah, I'm whooping your ass, honey. Everybody would have been letting everybody know exactly what they were doing next. I would have let him know I'm whooping your ass. Ridiculous. You talking good as me. Talking about you them shit. That's ridiculous. Girl, you better get it together, Tacky Toya. Anyway, next we go to Jackie. And you can see where Jackie, the exhaustion is starting to set in on her, and that will happen. When your body gets tired, it'll let you know, and she's really seeing, I don't know, because she's not letting up off of the wanting to adopt and all that kind of carrying on, but Jackie, you're really seeing what your life is really like. Your life is very, very busy. They showed her she's leaving home at 5:30 in the morning. I still say yes, go ahead and get adopt a child, but Jackie's definitely going to need a nanny. She's going to need a nanny. There's no way she's going to be able to pull that off without a nanny. And I'm not a big fan of living nannies when you have husbands. Honey, you get me some old bitch with a mole, honey, 500 pounds, honey, and halfway stinking. Mm-mm. I'm not a fan of bringing other women inside your house. But if you could go find a real winner like that, baby, go on and bring her in. But I'm being funny, but Jackie's not going to be able to do this without and around the clock nanny. It just won't work. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what actually happens. But she got so caught up in what was actually going on that she was in the office and her assistant Keisha and the one girl, they were talking to her about things that they were doing in the office and some things that were behind. Jackie has already fallen behind in some of her work, her paperwork and things. Um, Keisha is trying not to be behind or not to fall behind in her work, but it just created this friction with her and Jackie because she's talking to Jackie like Jackie works for her. Jackie's basically stating, you work for me, but Jackie, you wrong because your shit is behind. Then it was a girl, you and your finger, don't put your finger at me. And, it was making the emotions run high. And Jackie walked out, which was probably for the best thing. But she went home. She went all the way home. But I don't know. It was that little conversation. As we've seen them through the seasons, they get along a lot better than that. That was a bad situation. And Jackie was wrong. You are her boss, but she had your best interest at hand. So don't pull it right now. You know what I mean? Don't pull it right now. Jackie could have very easily told her, Keisha, do what it is that you can do. And then, baby, I'll catch up with you. I'm really, really tired or whatever. It just could have been handled better. You have a lot of that. Some people get in their shit and don't get your ass up on your shoulders and your shit ain't right. But Jackie was wrong as far as I was concerned. But anyway, whatever. Moving on. Rico and Quad. These two, ridiculous. Rico that came to Quad's house. If he didn't look like a cross between RuPaul and Pee Wee Herman, ridiculous. He had this bedazzled jewels on this part of his jacket and brooches and brooches and Swarovski crystals and all this foolishness on his jacket. And then he has this sweater on. And then you look down and he got these fucking Johnny Carson goddamn tight ass high water pet chop. Ridiculous. And he was giving Pee Wee Herman out of it. He goes into the fact that Mariah has put out a PFA on him. And the worker was, baby, when they asked for the description of the person, it gave very much that he had a long head and an extensive overbite. Baby, I fell out. Mariah's so goddamn out of order. So out of order. But just the same, so they're basically, he wants to fight it. And all of that. And Quad's like, I don't want this whole foolishness to really fool with his reputation and with his business and all that. But see, that's the stuff I was talking about. He should have thought about that when he was up there arguing and screaming and yelling because, again, now she's pulling the card. She's playing the card. He's a man. I'm a woman. This, that, thing, and the other. She's playing the card, and I knew she would. That bitch is just as miserable. She is just as miserable as she could be, and she wants to draw anybody in that will play the game with her. But anyway, next they go to the party over at Lisa Nicole's house. Or, you know what? I don't know. I'm thinking that was her house. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe they rented the house to do the party. But anyway, they came up in a horse-drawn carriage and all that. It was real, real over the top. I knew somewhere there had to be Dwight somewhere around, and sure enough, that motherfucker was right there behind him. Dressed up like the Mad Hatter, baby. Again, with this fur down there in Atlanta. But he was the Mad Hatter. As they're coming up, Heavenly's daughter and red hair again, they're walking up, and she's saying, yes, this is princess, this, that, and little girl will say, you are not a princess. I'm like, she is just too much. But anyway, at any rate, they get in and they had an actual lady coming. Real nice party. It was over the top, but there were things. It's like they were basically grooming these little girls to be debutantes. And they're telling them, if we start, Lisa's husband was saying, if we start treating you like a princess now, then you'll know that that's how you're supposed to be treated, and that's what you will demand. So I understood where they were going with that. I thought that was really, really good. I like that. If you're going to go over the top anyway, I did. I really cared for that. Mariah and her family showed up. And when I say her family, that bitch brought everything but the kitchen sink and the fucking dog. They literally had an entourage. They get all out of the thing. Her daughter, it was ridiculous. Bitch, it's not your party. Her daughter's coming out. Her daughter got a train all on her gown. It is not her motherfucking party. It's not her birthday. Okay, boom, get out of here. Then you're late with that fashionably late shit. Lisa Nicole gave Dwight, handle it, honey. Dwight went to the door, baby, and gave the Huck family, honey. The Huck family and guests. Because, I mean, I understand when you RSVP for your family, but to have 4 or 5 other motherfuckers with you, really? Really? And is that high class or is that ghetto as fuck? Anyway, he stopped them at the door and told them, okay, well, they're doing an etiquette lesson and you have to stand out here until they're done. And they fucking stood there because they're so high powered that they didn't have nowhere else to go, so they fucking stood there. Because I can't imagine that I would have stood there, especially when I thought I was being grand in the first place. But anyway, they stood out there talking shit. Next thing you know, they go ahead, they go to let them in. They had Mariah and Aiden, their 2 kids, the grandma, that goddamn shoot Lucy, honey, her, the ugly ass sister. Then they had some other extra motherfuckers. They're throwing rose petals and shit. As they come in, they try to make this entrance. They done knocked down the picture that they had of their daughter up and then broke that in the glass and shit. Nobody stops to even try to clean up. Just ignorant motherfuckers. Just ridiculous. Always so extra. Looking ridiculous. Mariah, here she go with this old cryptic ass makeup. That bitch was casket sharp. Her mother, her mother come through there. Ridiculous. Lisa Nicole literally gave Miss Lucy. She said they had knocked my daughter's picture over and broke it. They rolled it up in there, honey. As she said, honey, she gave Miss Lucy was looking like Scooby-Doo, honey. And the sister was looking at her, baby, when they broke the picture like, woo! I said, oh, you better stop it. I screamed. But then when they were outside waiting, Lucy's the one that was talking all the shit. This is ridiculous. Shut the fuck up, Lucy. Why are you even there? Little girl's turning 6 or 7 years old. Bitch, you are 106. Why are you even here? Had this fur shit on her head and a motherfucking fur piece on her neck that ain't really go. That was some shit that was supposed to be on your shoulder. This ghetto ass bitch got it around her neck and got that hot ass motherfucking wig on. I don't know whose wig that is that Lucy's wearing. Lucy, give that wig the fuck back. It got too much hair in it. It's too thick. Somebody that probably made it, because I can't imagine she found that down at Kim's shop, honey. That wig looked like it came from Bob's Wigs, Boots, and Auto Body Shop or something. Just ridiculous. And coming in talking shit. The sister got a blue fur hat on like she on her way to church. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. They come in, Mariah gonna call Heavenly the queen of the damned. Just come in throwing shots, you know. Then they end up, Simone ends up deciding, and I don't know why she decided there, but she's going to tell Mariah about the fact that she's not invited to go on a couples retreat with them. So Mariah's like, oh, you ladies really pulled out. Y'all ladies really being fancy. This, that, thing, and the other. And child, as they start going on, Heavenly ends up coming by, and Heavenly's like, yeah, you know, this, that, thing, and the other. And you know Heavenly ain't got good sense. So when Simone's like, well, tell her what you said. That bitch told her just what she said. She was like, oh, you don't think I'm a good friend of you, Heavenly? She's like, no. Because here we done found out, basically, that Mariah was talking about Heavenly, too. Heavenly done heard it in the street. See, this is the thing. I didn't like Heavenly in the beginning because she showed herself to be a box-head, messy bitch. Now, I like how the bitch will come out and say whatever it is that she's going to say, and she sticks up in her shit. You know, I like that kind of shit. But, Heavenly, I still don't like you because you came into the program listening to Mariah and her bullshit. Mariah had to put you down with everybody. She felt like everybody was beneath her, so she was building you up, bringing you in. You didn't know you were part of the crew. As long as she was talking to you, she had you thinking, yeah, you and her was boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? But when she wasn't talking to you, baby, you were down here. You were no better than everybody else. So now you've actually figured that out. But remember, Heavenly, we remember from the first show, baby, you thought you were better than everybody too. So no, I still don't like you. You know, I kind of like how you do some things because you're an ignorant bitch and you ain't got good sense. But I still don't like you, bitch, because you still came into the program thinking that you was better than everybody else. Bitch, you wasn't shit to Mariah just like everybody else wasn't shit. She talked about you. She talked about Rico. She talked about motherfucking Quad. Because this bitch thinks that she's the queen. She's still talking that shit about her being the queen. Everybody got put on by her. She put everybody on. And bitch, you wasn't no better. So I don't feel real sorry for you. But I'm glad that you will go at her, bitch, because it's entertaining as a motherfucker. But anyway, they go ahead. They're going, Heavenly that's gotten to it with the little ugly sister because the little ugly sister, she's starting up saying what she got to say. You know, it's really too much. Mariah's starting all the shit and talking all the shit. And I got mad at Aiden today too because Aiden knows Mariah. You know the shit that Mariah's doing. You know, why even play into it? Mariah starts the shit. Everybody else takes it up. Here, Shoot Lucy's cutting up. The sister's cutting up. I said, there they go again, back together. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Now they gonna try to fuck with Heavenly, baby. Heavenly shut Lucy's ass down, told her everybody at this table is grown. She's trying to let them know in a nice way. Miss Lucy, don't come for me. Because you don't want it with me, Miss Lucy. You really, really don't. Child, then Lucy sat up there, baby, and I was done when the bitch said, I rebuke all the demons at this table. I rebuke them all. I'm calling out all the spirits. And she was cutting a fool, honey. And the people was looking at her, honey. I said, these people turn out everything they go to. Every motherfucking thing they go to. Now you done turned out a 6-year-old's party. And then you got Shoot Lucy over there rebuking demons. Really? Really, Shoot Lucy? And it's, like I said, Rocky and Bullwinkle, honey. They just got so much to say. And then the way Mariah was talking was like she was going to go on a couples retreat anyway, even though they said she wasn't fucking invited. So I can't wait to see what's going to go on. But at the end, that bitch was still disillusioned, talking about, I'm the queen, and these ladies that forgot you're supposed to protect your queen. But you're not the queen to anyone. Nobody's using you. Nobody wants to be bothered. You're just as crazy as a motherfucker. But I can't wait to see where we're going to go. That's it. I'm going to wrap up right here. We'll see what's going on next week. They get crazier and crazier. I don't know who's worse. Mariah, goddamn Heavenly. Child, it's just too much. It's too much. But I do know one thing. Old Tacky Toya need to get that motherfucking baby potty trained, and on that, I'm going on about my business. Y'all can thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You know how that works. You can follow me on Twitter at SpillitBoy, and I will see you guys next week when the craziness ensues again next Sunday. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.